please mute your line. Thank you.
You on mute?
Mayor, I'm going to go ahead and just mute everyone, and then I will unmute you and the others, just so we make sure that we can begin.
All right, very good. Special meeting of the Marin City Council and the Marin City Council acting as successor agency to the redevelopment agency of the city of San Bernardino. Today is Wednesday, December 16, 2020, a very special moment in our city. And I will now call to order this open session. Good evening and welcome. We welcome you and thank you for joining us. As we begin tonight's meeting, I ask that you please respect the decorum and please mute your appropriate button as we will be conducting tonight's meeting. And at this time, I will be asking Council Member Dr. Jim Mulvihill, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Ask that we all rise. And let's unmute the councilman, please.
Thank you. Okay, rise and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mulvihill, and your service to our community. At this time, I will recognize our city clerk to please call roll.
Councilmember Sanchez?
Here.
Councilmember Ibarra?
Here.
Councilmember Figueroa?
Here.
Councilmember Charette?
Here.
Councilmember Nickel?
Here.
Councilmember Richard is absent. Councilmember Mulvihill?
Here.
And Mayor Valdivia?
Here. Okay, thank you, Ms. City Clerk. At this time, we will go into our public comments for tonight's agenda. And Ms. City Clerk, are there any public comments?
There is one recorded comment that my Assistant City Clerk, Jillian Nunez, will be playing.
Good afternoon. Rebecca, if you could allow me to share my screen so I can play the public comment. Thank you.
You should now have the ability to share your screen.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council and staff. My name is David Molnarski. I am currently a resident of the 7th Ward of the City of San Bernardino. I also currently serve on the city's water board. Been serving on the water board now for about 5 years, and past member of a couple of commissions and ad hoc committees for the city. I'm also a resident who's been involved with many other activities over the past 30 years or so. And I just wanted to take the time this evening, especially under these unusual circumstances where we can't address the mayor and council in a public forum, and rightly so. But I wanted to wish the newly incoming council members Ms. Calvin, Mr. Reynoso, and Mr. Alexander, congratulations, much success, and we're looking forward to your service to the community, and I am looking forward to getting to know each one of you on a more personal level, not only in the capacity that I serve as a water board member, but as an active member of the community and representing many interests throughout the East Valley. Of particular note, I got to know Mr. Alexander during the campaigning for the 7th Ward, which I was one of the 5 candidates running in the primary, and I was very much impressed and very much appreciate the time I've gotten to spend with Damon and his lovely wife and family. They have been a very giving and very supportive group of individuals in the 7th Ward and throughout the city for many, many years. And it's always interesting how you get to see and meet people during these types of activities, campaigning and serving the community, and just looking forward to seeing what each one of the new council members brings to the dais and the interaction with the other council members and our mayor. I'm truly thankful that people like yourselves do decide to run and you do want to serve the community, and I would also say that anything that I can do or offer in support of moving our city forward, please reach out to me, and I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around. To everybody, including staff, our city manager, and all the others that support the city of San Bernardino, have a Merry Christmas, have a safe holiday season. Let's look forward to a very prosperous and rewarding 2021. And again, in parting, I wouldn't be appropriate if I didn't also thank Mr. Michael Huntley and his staff in development services and economic services. The work that they've been doing under these circumstances has been tremendous. It's been appreciated by many, many people, both residents and business people. And again, just have a great evening, a wonderful council meeting, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Does that conclude tonight's comments?
Yes, Mayor, it does.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Nunez. We appreciate it. Moving on to the certification of the general municipal election results. Item number 1, staff report from our city manager. Mr. City Manager.
Yes, good evening. And actually, I think we're going to have most of the discussion this evening is going to be led by the city clerk, Genevieve Roca. So Genevieve, if you could, please.
Mayor and council members, before you tonight is a recommendation to approve a resolution reciting the fact of the general municipal election held on November 3rd and declaring the results for the 5th and 7th Ward of the City Council race. The San Bernardino County Register of Voters certified the results on December 1st, and the report states that there were a total of 19,308 ballots cast. For City Council Member Ward 5, Ben Reynoso received 5,772 votes. Henry Nickel received 5,172 votes. For City Council Member Ward 7, Damon L. Alexander received 5,490 votes. Jim Mulvihill received 2,874 votes. Pursuant to the San Bernardino Municipal Code Section 2.56.040, the City Council should declare and determine that Ben Reynoso was elected as member of the City Council to represent Ward 5 for the full term of 4 years, that Damon L. Alexander was elected as member of the City Council to represent Ward 7 for the full term of 4 years, and that both successful candidates shall be seated and shall begin their term of service following the certification of the general election results. That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. City Clerk.
I'd like to move the certification approval.
And I'll second that.
All right, discussion.
I have a question.
Sir, go ahead.
Yeah, and I do appreciate, I know that our city attorney, Ms. Carvalho, responded to a number of concerns that I've raised in relationship to Section 301B of our charter. I appreciate that, and thank you for providing those responses. I did have one remaining concern related to eligibility, and that has to do with the inactive voter status of Mr. Reynoso before re-registering on November 14th, 2019. I think it's important for us to place in the record whatever evidence we have, since 301B does require that a candidate must be a resident and registered voter for 30 consecutive days prior to the filing of nomination papers. It appears that since he was not an active voter prior to November 14th, 2019, that standard has not been met. And I would ask that before we certify, that we get some response to that question as to whether or not any information has been provided as to why Mr. Reynoso was on inactive status on our voter rolls prior to November 14, 2019.
Okay, there's been a question. Miss City Attorney.
Yes, I will work with answering this question with our city clerk. My understanding and reviewing some of the emails was that Mr. Reynoso was a registered voter. My understanding is that he had a change of address within the Ward 5 boundaries. And my understanding is that when the registrar goes through their records and they send out postcards to remind people, are you still at this address? Apparently, there was he didn't respond to that or whatnot. I'm not sure. I think the best way to do that is for our record, because that's what we're creating here today. If he is available, simply ask him to answer that question as to whether he was a registered voter or not. And then we can maybe ask the city clerk if she was able to verify that.
Okay, Miss City Clerk, this is back to you. My understanding is there were affidavits of signatures by Mr. Reynoso. Is that, can you clarify that for the viewing public and Mr. Nickel?
Yes, there was an affidavit of signature in his election file.
Okay, and essentially, what does it indicate? That he signs under
Penalty of perjury.
And that the aforementioned is true and correct, and that he was a registered voter?
Correct.
Okay, and we have that on file?
Yes.
Was he inactive prior to November 14, 2019?
Okay, so this is a situation that arose before my time here with the city. Based on my conversation with the registrar of voters, he was registered to vote. It was just his status was inactive.
And do we know why?
I do not know why.
Okay, Mr. Nickel, does that conclude your comments?
I will not be able to vote to certify the 5th Ward election. I'm satisfied with the 7th Ward, but I cannot vote to certify the 5th Ward election.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. There's been a motion, a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Ms. City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes.
Councilmember Ibarra?
Yes.
Councilmember Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilmember Charette?
Yes.
Councilmember Nickel?
Yes on the 7th, abstaining on the 5th.
Councilmember Richard,
Councilmember Richard, you're muted. *6 on your phone if you're calling in. She made the motion.
She seconded it.
Yeah, correct. All right,
Councilmember Richard,
Councilmember Richard, can you hear us? We see you logging in. You're still muted.
Yes, I am so sorry. I was trying to figure out how to do this. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Next to the cliffhanger.
okay, and lastly, Councilmember Mulvihill.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes with 6 in favor and Councilmember Nickel in abstaining.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on to item 2. This is a presentation of certificate of elections and administration of the oaths to our newly elected officials. Council member-elect Juan Figueroa of the 3rd Ward, Council member-elect Ben Reynoso of the 5th Ward, Council member-elect Kimberly Kelvin of Ward 6, and Council member-elect Damon Alexander of Ward 7. This time I'll ask Council member Figueroa to join us. Thank you, via Zoom because of COVID. Council member, I want to just say a few words about you. I really do appreciate your integrity, your honesty, and your commitment to our community. I'm very, very pleased that you're joining us, and congratulations, sir. And at this time, we'll ask our city clerk to please swear in Council member Juan Figueroa for a 4-year term on Ward 3.
If you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Juan Figueroa, do solemnly swear
I, Juan Figueroa, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully.
And that I will well and faithfully.
Discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Councilman, the floor is yours for a few moments of reflection or words. And once again, congratulations, Councilman.
Sure. Let me just sign this really quick here. I do have the oath of affirmation of allegiance. So let me just take care of this paperwork real quick here.
Thank you.
Here it's signed. So.
Thank you.
Well, let me just say a few words then, I guess. First of all, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all my loved ones for all your love and support during these past few years, during the campaign process and throughout my life. It goes without saying that there have been many challenges recently, especially this year. So I am profoundly grateful for your unconditional love and support. It has been a genuine honor to have served and represented the residents of the 3rd Ward for the past 19 months. I sincerely thank the residents of the 3rd Ward for entrusting their concerns and priorities to me. I will continue to uphold the importance of public safety and actively advocate for resources in our community to better serve you. You know, there are many great and positive things happening in our city, but there is still a lot of work to get done. So I encourage my fellow council members to remain focused on positive growth and helping our city move forward to prosperity. We all want a better San Bernardino. So let's strive to work together to get there. I would like to congratulate the new council members coming on board as well. Council members Ben Reynoso, Kimberly Calvin, and Damon Alexander. I look forward to working with you and sharing ideas on how we can move our city forward. Again, I'm thankful and I'm honored to continue serving. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Once again, congratulations. And I'll tell you, Ward 3 has a good councilman to get stuff done. We appreciate you, Councilman. Our next councilman tonight that we will swear in, and I believe that Councilman-elect Ben Reynoso is in person. Ben is a phenomenal gentleman, and we welcome him to our city council. As he joins us in the council chambers, we want to express our deep appreciation for your public service, Ben. Congratulations to you. And at this time, we'll ask our city clerk, please, to administer the oath.
If you please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ben Reynoso, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Okay, congratulations. If I could please have you sign the oath of office.
Councilman, welcome. Can you hear us?
Doing it from here? I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
I can.
Welcome, sir.
All right. Bear with me. Just shared a moment with my father, as a lot of you saw. I want to say first to all of the constituents of the city of San Bernardino, not just the 5th Ward, that I felt your energy. I felt the hope. We knew statistically we didn't have a chance. Sadly, my former opponent, I don't want to harp on that, but you see even to this day, the forces that were against us. And still we persevered. Young people came out in droves. I'm most excited to share the results of how many young people tipped this election. And it wasn't just the city of San Bernardino, it was across the nation. This is about pride in San Bernardino. I came to your doors and I listened to you. I wasn't selling anything. You should know, and most people did know, and they saw it, face forward, that I carry the same skepticism, the same taint that lives within me in the disdain for politics and the treachery that comes with it, especially in a place like San Bernardino, historically, is something that I sought to change. I was tired of being an organizer on the outside. It was time to get inside, having really emotional conversations with friends about our time coming, shifting the culture. You know who I'm talking to. To my grandmother and my mother out in Mississippi. I know you're watching right now. My dear, this one was for you, baby. My mom, for always believing in me. Always. My father, for giving me an undying thirst for knowledge and a dedication to do it for people who need it, people who've been underserved, misrepresented, and totally left behind. This is about the future of San Bernardino and the region beyond. We shook up a political machine, and they'll try to come for us as we try real things that really represent people. But a lot of you know also that Ben Reynoso isn't afraid of anything. The only thing he's afraid of is disappointing his constituents and those who have put faith in him. I am a man of faith, Although maybe I don't practice every Sunday, those who know me know that my faith is unshakable. It is the reason that I am here. It is the reason that we beat all the odds. It is the reason that a young biracial kid who grew up organizing in the city of San Bernardino at the age of 14 took the time, learned things, left, came back, and gave it to San Bernardino. I'm ready to begin this journey with you, and I fully intend on having every single one of you with me. That was something we campaigned on, but it was something that is near and dear to my heart and always has been, because I've always been on the outside. I've always wanted to see transparency. I've always been a staunch proponent for accountability. When things change in this city, people will be proud, and it'll be because of the incoming council members working together with those who already are on the dais. There are no enemies. We all have a permanent interest for the betterment of the city of San Bernardino. Now, this will go far and beyond, and I hope young people, specifically, I'm speaking to you. I know you came out. I know you saw your councilman with the turtleneck and the Nike Blazers. I know you saw me in the Cajon Letterman jacket. I hope that you are proud more of just being a cowboy, but being from San Bernardino. There are young people now telling me, contacting me, that have left. We know that narrative when you're in high school, everybody wants to leave here. I know people who have gone off to be successful and are dying to come back because it's our time now. I've said this multiple times before. It was our voice. This is our time. So I'm excited. I'm extremely grateful for all my family, my friends, those who just sent me energy. I felt that. I believe in that. I carry that. It's who I am. I don't rehearse speeches. I tell you the truth. Expect nothing less from me moving forward. And so, as your official 5th Ward City Councilman for the city of San Bernardino, I, Ben Reynoso, once again, say thank you for the opportunity and the chance, and know that I represent all people. And I look forward to catching up with all of you at your doors, safely, of course, after the new year. I don't care if you're registered to vote or not. It's time to get to work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councilmember. Moving on to Councilmember-elect Kimberly Calvin of Ward 6. Ms. Calvin, I want to say congratulations to you, and you fought hard, and we respect that, and we welcome you to our city council. These are going to be great times in our city, and we welcome you aboard. At this time, I'll ask our city clerk, please, to administer the oath.
Calvin, if you could please raise your right hand. Okay. And repeat after me. I, Kimberly Calvin, do solemnly swear
I, Kimberly Calvin, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true, say that again, please,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Discharge the duties of which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. If I could please have you sign the oath of affirmation. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, good evening, San Bernardino. And I'm sure you can feel the energy and elatement that we are all feeling about what is to come for our city. I want to thank, first and foremost, my Creator. It was 57 years and 3 days ago that I was born at Community Hospital, the old county hospital on Gilbert Street. And I do believe at that moment that I came into this world, that I was purposed to stand before you today, stand before you to prepare to serve you, willingly serve you, and do my absolute best to serve you. And I truly am honored and grateful for this opportunity. I am absolutely thrilled to have taken the oath to serve each and every member of this great city. I do not take this opportunity for granted. The opportunity of being your voice, your representative for the next 4 years. I want to thank my family, my father who is present before me, also born here in the city of San Bernardino. I want to thank all of my children. I want to thank all of my grandchildren, and particularly this young lady here, Zoe Noel Calvin, who now has moved to Texas to live with her father. But she was the absolute best campaign manager a girl could ever ask for. She walked the streets with me, knocked on doors, set up for all of our volunteers every single weekend to come in and get nourished as they all went out to serve us, as they all went out to walk the People's Campaign, the campaign of Team Kim Calvin, the campaign of those who wanted to see better for this city, better for the 6th Ward. And I am ever so grateful for each and every one of them. I cannot begin to call all of their names, but they know who they are. And they know that I am ever grateful for all of their love and support, continued support. Because we won this campaign last April. The campaign was declared. And so we've had to wait for a very long time for this moment. But I guarantee you that it has been worth every minute of the wait. Because the next 4 years, you're going to have the opportunity to work right alongside me to see and create great things here in the city of San Bernardino. And guess what? I cannot do it without you. Whether you voted for me or not, 6th Ward, I need every single member to get riled up, to get ready, to get prepared for what's to come for our 6th Ward. It's been a long time, but I do know that there are already great things on the horizon. And I want each and every one of you to know that I did not just come to your door, that I did not just make a phone call for the novelty of it. I came to your door to gain your support, to give you some hope, because there is a better day. And while COVID has really done a number on our city and on our country, and right now I want to say how sorry I am for those who have lost their lives in this pandemic. And whether or not we are able to see that there is a brighter side on the other side, we're going to come out bigger and better and stronger, because there have been some silver linings in COVID as well. We've learned to come together and work harder than we've ever had for every single person, whether you've given out food, clothing, financial support, in whatever way that you have contributed to the lives of others and supporting one another. And we cannot stop now. We must continue until COVID has been removed, until we're able to be safe, go back outside, enjoy one another's company, be with our families again. We must continue to be safe. Continue to wear your mask, protect yourselves. This is important if we are to survive COVID. And so I want to thank again each and every campaign volunteer who came and supported the campaign. Next, I want to say that during the next 4 years, I promise to be authentically me. Most of the people who know me, they will truly state, Kimberly Calvin believes in transparency, accountability, community, equity, and she's extremely hardworking and determined to make the city of San Bernardino better for all. She's passionate deliberate, and at times she can be truly funny. I commit to you to do my due diligence in creating policies for the city of San Bernardino that would benefit all community members. Far too long, we, the residents of San Bernardino, have taken a back seat to determining what is our city's best interest. And I intend to create a space on the dais for all community members, for all needs to be addressed and attended to. This will not always be easy, as journeys to positive changes never are. But I intend to work with you on this journey, not for you. I want you to stand with me, side by side, wanting to move our measures, wanting to change marginalizations in this city, wanting to make sure that the homeless are no longer homeless, giving every opportunity for our youth to thrive and become staff members, become councilmen of this great city that they've been educated in. They deserve the opportunity, and I intend to make sure that they have that. I want to make sure that our city continues to make smarter decisions. It is time that we step up, and make the changes necessary. We cannot continue to look at those of our community members who are struggling right now and turn our cheeks. We must make sure that every single community member in the city of San Bernardino is taken care of. And while I know that this is going to be a difficult feat, I'm asking you, when you see me in the streets, whether it be at the grocery store, gas station, library, parks, wherever you see me, please stop, say hello, tell me what's on your mind, because that is the only way that I am going to be able to charge forward and create a better San Bernardino with you. Your time is now. Your voices will be heard, guaranteed. And I know that this may sound foreign to you, but for each door that I knocked on, they felt and believed. Folks who were running for office, they see them once a year, once every 4 years, when it's time to campaign. That is not the kind of councilwoman that I am. It is not the kind of person that I am. Every day in my life, I serve this community, and I serve them well. And I'm excited because there have been other great women, other great people in this city who I stand on their shoulders tonight. Because if they had not made a way for me to stand here, I would not be here. And I'm ever so grateful to every last one of them. And tonight, I just want to say, San Bernardino, get ready. Get ready for the great changes to come to our city, that we are going to move some mountains together. And I am so excited about that. Get ready, San Bernardino. Remove all doubts of what you have felt in the past. I know hope has been shattered in the past, but it's a new day. Take note. Join us. Walk with us. Stand with us as we begin to fight for what is in the best interest of the city of San Bernardino. And tonight, I thank you so very much for this opportunity. Get ready. We got work to do.
Thank you very much, Councilmember. Congratulations to you. Excited for you in this journey. And thank you again. This time we will swear in Councilmember-elect Damon Alexander of Ward 7. Councilmember, you're joining us in live person there, and we'll wait for a few seconds here. Councilmember is joined by his wife. And congratulations, Damon. You're a true gentleman, and we appreciate you and your service to our community. Once again, congratulations. At this time, we'll ask our city clerk to please administer the oath to our Councilmember-elect Damon Alexander.
Okay, please repeat after me. I, Damon L. Alexander,
I, Damon L. Alexander,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the
That I-
Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution to the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
discharge the duties of which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If I can please have you sign the oath of affirmation.
Do I get to kiss my wife?
Yes, of course.
Mrs. Alexander, can you bring back the Bible? Grace. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Common Council, and good evening, San Bernardino. First, I would like to thank the Heavenly Father from above, which have covered me in his blood and his grace. It is written in Scripture, for much is given, much is required. And I have been blessed on this long journey. So thank you. I'd like to thank former Councilman Jim Mulvihill on his many years of dedicated service to the city of San Bernardino. Thank you, Councilman Mulvihill. I'd like to thank the residents of the 7th Ward, like I like to call them, the Savvy 7th. You guys showed up and showed out, and I thank you for bestowing upon me this great honor. I would like to thank the family that showed up. I heard your voices, 7th Ward. I heard your cries for a change in the community and our city. I heard your voices and I heard your cries for a better mayor and city council, 7th Ward, and I shall adhere to that mandate. To Team Alexander, well, I love you all. To Jalen Spann, my field operations officer. To Darius Alexander, my brother who flew all the way in from Alabama, who now has to watch from my home. To Robert Regal, my treasurer. To Angel Martinez, my consultant in the primary. To David Morgan, my brother from another mother, who's been with me on every campaign that we marched together. I love you. To my children who are watching right now, Amber, Ariana, and my son Jordan, who flew in from Maryland, who's also watching at home. I love you all and thank you. To my grandkids, yes, I'm going to name them all. Spencer, Simone, and Sydney. And to the latest addition of my family, the 5-month-old, the queen of the family, Avery Grace Fennell. She was out with me on the campaign trail at 3 months old. She's a trooper. To my in-house counsel, my son-in-law, Mr. Fennell. How you doing, Taylor? And then there are many, many others I could thank, but I have to thank these two special people. My campaign manager, Renea Wickman. We started this journey over a year ago. I don't know, words cannot express how much she has put in, giving me advice, going back and forth. Girl, you are part of the family. We're going to give you a key so you don't have to knock no more. You are all that and a piece of cake. And yes, I did not forget my wife, so stop it. My wife is the true commander-in-chief. Yes, my wife did it all. She put this Humpty Dumpty back together again when I wanted to quit. And I'm telling you, it was ugly out there, but we persevered. She got me back together again. She says, you want this, you go out there and get this. There would be no Damon L. Alexander standing before you here today without my wife. And I want to let you know that, and I'm letting you know that now. And I thank you. I find myself here thinking and wanting the same thing that my other councilmen, newly and old, want. They want a better San Bernardino. So we're going to have to do better, act better, perform better to give you what you want, the residents of San Bernardino. There is an old African proverb, and I'll close with this. It says, if you, I'm sorry, I forgot one important group that I should not forget. These young kids came from all the way from Los Angeles to help me campaign, and they're called the Get Fresh Crew. There were a bunch of high schoolers that came every week to help me, and I would be remiss if I missed them. But now going forward, in closing, there's an old African proverb. It says, if you want to go someplace fast, go alone, Ms. Rocha. But if you want to go someplace far, Councilman Reynoso, go together. So let us go together, San Bernardino, and let's turn this around. I will thank you, God bless you, and God keep you is my prayer.
Thank you very much, Councilmember. It's a delight to have you on our city council. And again, congratulations, Councilman Figueroa, Councilman Reynoso, Councilmember Calvin, Councilmember Alexander. We thank you, and we're looking forward to a great term. That concludes tonight's meeting. We thank you for joining us on this special meeting. And due to COVID, we had to Zoom it. And we thank you, all of our viewing audience, for this special ceremony honoring our newly elected officials. That concludes our meeting. We'll adjourn till 7 p.m. and we'll start our regular council meeting at 7 p.m. Thank you.